Hey guys, my name is Chris. Some of y'all wanted to see what the mylarp was all about. I know I've posted several times, mylarp.com, and a whole lot here. It doesn't really say a whole lot. I'm the current general manager of SareNet.com. I've been This program's being developed by one of my players, and it's pretty neat so far. So I'm gonna sign in. So obviously you would have it hosted uh, on your own domain or something. So you would, so like eventually mine's gonna be, you go to CerNF.com and just log in from there. So part of the thing we do want to have is unique usernames, and it'd become obvious why in a second. So I'm gonna go ahead and log in. So first off, ain't a whole lot going on. You do have a dashboard where you can send messages to your customers or the people signed in, to other, my logistics teams. I can send emails to them and things like that. So we have this broken down currently in a couple different parts. Your basic part is the character creation, and also to be able to update your characters. So here's some little simple characters I created. Um, a little real low level character. Apparently not 306th level character. No clue why it says that. So we have this currently set up, and this is customizable to the way you want to play your character. You can move these around. Say if I'm playing a fighter, so I don't need magic stuff, so I can easily hide that, close it. All that stuff is easily adjustable. Same thing with all this here. These are things that are usable for our game. So we've gone through and set the price based on our game. But say if we're going to do a brand new character, come in, name it, choose your class, choose your race. I mean, pretty simple. Let's do a We're talking about fighters, so let's do warrior. For us, we'll just do human. Create character. Oh, I guess I gotta name it. 3 super creative character names. So now it gives me my base stuff. Again, these are rules that we have set up based on our characters, and as a beta right now in testing, we have a rule set up that's giving us enough build to start a level 51 character. Um, these are again just starting. These are just so we can build. This is just beta. Um, so you have your own spent build, just like just like D&D. You go through and spend your build points. This is what works for our game. Again, it's customizable for different games. From what I've seen, this is kind of standard for a lot of the Nero spinoffs, a lot of the games of that nature. So, logistics, that's a good place to go. So this is where uh, standard customer, a standard player would not have any of these other tabs. They would have you, and that's it. They may have monster book just to be able to see different characters. Maybe if you choose to cut that on, maybe able to take tests and stuff like that. But for the most part, they will only see them. This is all they get. Um, I can turn people's logistics abilities on, and as far as that goes is I may be able to have somebody who can approve updates, but they can't go through and modify this stuff. So that's why it's important that we have different usernames, so we can control that. Um, so everything is configurable. Classes, races, skills, everything is configurable. Matter of fact, let's go into skills. You saw there wasn't a ton of them listed because we just hadn't cut a lot of them on right now. We just have not go through and added them. Completely customizable. Come through and just create new, name it, fill in the blanks, yes, no, maybes. How much does it cost? How much it costs for different classes? Um, so if we go through and add a new class, you can come through and update everything, and then just go through and fill in the blanks. I mean, it's check marks, fill in the blanks. It's pretty self-explanatory. There's not a and again, a lot of this can be adapted and modified per the user's need, per customer's need. If you don't need some of this flexibility, okay. If you need more flexibility, we can work with that. Um, so magic column, different kind of mail. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Logistics part, again, it's pretty self-explanatory. When somebody gets turning in their stuff at the end of the event, they get their XP. Um, the logistics teams in between events will go through and reward them their XP. The player then can come back in, choose their character, and assign their XP. So that way they can do this real time in between events, and it's done. It's approved. Good to go. We can even have like some of our skills require teachers, so where you have to have one person verify another's a teacher, and that's all done through here. Monster Town book, something we've been toying with. Pretty much you can do for your monster marshals. You can have a laptop or something there at Monster Town. He can actually come through and run random generators or anything you need. You can create monsters. We don't obviously fill a lot in right now, but you can do a lot right here. This is something we're playing with. Currently we just got a 3-ring binder with 300-400 things in there. You flip through. You would actually be able to come through and play with things. So come in and manipulate what you want to do. Something we're still working on. I like the idea behind it, but it still needs some work. Item Vault, pretty self-explanatory. It's a magic item database to where we can come through and manage that. One of the things, this is actually something I asked for, as a game manager, I want to know how many +1s are out there, how many +2s, how many +3s, yada yada yada. And whether it's player made versus just plot handing out. The power creep, if you will, is something that's been pretty something we've had to worry about for the last couple of years. It's a 15-year game, so that happens. Workbook. This is where my staff, I can assign them work. I can log work. This is more game master stuff. This is just so we can kind of manage time a little easier, a little more efficiently. And in game masters, this can do anything from managing the users for mylarp, the different user groups. Give you an example. There's a game master one now. I thought there was a logistics one. So I guess everything's just kind of dumped on the game masters. We can actually check people in for events, reward God build. I mean, here's something I really like: the intelligence reports. So I can actually come in and run reports real time based on attendance, based on obviously this is beta, so we're still nothing filled in, but over time it would be definitely something we can look in. So if I wanted to come in and go so I'll look at my races and see what's the most most popular race right off the bat. For all my beta tests, humans right most popular. Nobody's playing any shadow dwarves. Well, that may mean if I can look at a year's time, I may need to evaluate what's going on with the shadow dwarf. So fun stuff there. Same thing with classes. If there's just absolutely no rangers, but there's a dozen dark knights. Well, obviously we need to reevaluate rangers. Same thing with skill popularity. I can come in and instantly drill down and see. Hey, there's no one using wear extra armor. That may be something we don't even need to have in the game anymore, or we need to evaluate it. So it's just things I want to be able to drill down and look into. And I believe he also has ways we can export those out, so you can report those too. Again, something I was just doing, I really wanted to be able to see. So that's still something very new. I think he's only added the intelligence reports in the last week or two. Last month or two, sorry, not a week or two. So it's something that we're still working on. workbook logs. I mean, some of the stuff is pretty self-explanatory. So yeah, that's mylarp in a nutshell. Rob Simpson, the guy who designed it, could be able to tell you a lot more about it than I would. Um, I'm just pretty much a power user to it. I've told Rob what I wanted, and he's like, okay. Some things didn't translate well, and some things he's done better than my expectation. It's still not as pretty as I want it, but hey, you got to get it functional before you can get it pretty. So at its basis, it is a character management tool, but it has the potential to be everything you need to run your game, from check-in to your item inventories, monster town book, anything else we need we can easily add. Well, I say easily, I'm not the programmer, he is, so I'm sure he could add it. So again, guys, just want to give y'all a quick rundown of mylarp. We're gonna grant it quick. I'm at the 10-minute mark. I'm past the 10-minute mark. mylarp's pretty cool, and there you go. All right, thanks. Bye.